What's going on? Jacob, you guys are watching our live show here presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com/chat to save 20% off. We are doing a live Q&A. So, Jacob, is there a division where all 4 teams could make the playoffs? I'm going to say no.
I mean, it is possible. Even with the extra playoff spot, normally you get multiple teams in because you're beating up on a bad 4th team. And everyone gets two free wins. So it is possible if I had to pick one, I would go with the NFC West. But I think at some point we'll see it, but I don't think it happens in the near future.
I mean, now with 7 teams making the NFL playoffs, it does make it at least a little bit more interesting. But yes, the team that I think has the best chance would be the NFC West. Let's go to quarterback Gardner Minshew here. Jags trade Yannick and a second for Jamal Adams. Then if the Jags pull this off, do they sign Sean Oakman? Sean Oakman. Sean Oakman is the most overrated looking dude.
He looks like Tarzan, but he plays like Jane as things turned out. I think a Yannick in a second's pretty fair, but it's not like, honestly, guys, Oakman doesn't do anything for your team. He's not going to suddenly come in and boom, be elite. It's not who he is. I'm sorry. So, look, yeah, you can sign Oakman, but it's not like, oh, we replaced Yannick with Sean Oakman, we're the same team. I think a Yannick in a second's pretty fair, but Oakman doesn't move the needle at all.
I also don't see the Jags trading for Jamal Adams. So
they could use a safety. They
could, but they're not going to go out and trade for Jamal Adams. And Adams is not going to go to Jacksonville. All right, we did get some Super Chats a little bit earlier on. And remember, when you Super Chat, we'll get them up on the show. So, Vinny, appreciate the $10 one. I made a 53-man roster prediction for Dallas, and I have them trading Jordan Lewis and a 3rd-round pick for Jamal Adams. And moving, to corner. Sound plausible?
Just so we're clear. Thanks for the Super Chat. The answer is no. Jordan Lewis does not carry 1st-round pick value. Because the report is the Jets want a 3rd and a 1st for Adams.
Yep.
So you're valuing Jordan Lewis as a 1st-round pick. No team, including the Cowboys, is doing that. So you could throw a 1st-round pick into it, and that makes it more reasonable for a trade. I don't think you move Clinton Dix to corner. If you move a safety to corner, it's probably Xavier Woods, and let him compete at nickel like he did in his first year, and you leave at his natural spot at free safety.
Vinny, it's a good question, my man. Let's go to Packer Dude 89. Appreciate the super. What late-round quarterback pick has a chance to start like Gardner Minshew last year?
So I'm crossing out everybody taken in the first 4 rounds. So Hurts, Easton, Morgan. That leaves Jake Fromm, Jake Luton, also of the Jags, so maybe that's the one you go with. Cole McDonald, Ben DiNucci, Tommy Stevens, and Nate Stanley.
What round was Gardner taken in? 5th?
Gardner was taken in, I think it was actually the 6th round. Either way, it was one of that late 5th, early 6th round. I don't think there is one. If I have to pick one, I'll take Jake Fromm. And it would be because of injury, but he has the best chance to be the backup for his current team. So I'll go Jake Fromm, but I think the thing that makes Minshew special is that you don't often find those guys who can come in and play that backyard football. Would have been Anthony Gordon if a team drafted him.
I was just going to say, if Russell Wilson gets hurt, to me it's going to be Anthony Gordon. But
play him over Geno Smith, please.
Oh, that'd be amazing. All right, let's go to Brian. What up, Brian? Get a pick, my man. What are your opinions on Brady or the Pat system?
I think he means here which was more impactful, really
Both.
Belichick or Brady. And I think both is the correct answer here. It's tough to differentiate the two. Would Belichick have won as much without Brady? No. Would Brady have won as much without Belichick? No, of course not. Those two work really well together. It's a team that wins things, not just one individual thing. And as for the Patriots system, other teams have tried it. It hasn't worked anywhere. Closest they've come is, I guess, Houston, and that's all about to fall apart because Bill O'Brien doesn't really know what he's doing down there as the GM. So they're both essential, and they are both correctly among the best to be involved at their particular area of coaching or playing.
So you guys are watching NFL Daily by Chat Sports, and get your questions on the show. You can use hashtag NFL, or Dylan, he's going to pick Super Chats and put them on screen. So if you want your question on, do that. Better quarterback for next season, Carson Wentz or Dak Prescott?
Good question.
So type W for Wentz, type D for Dak. How about that?
I think that we have to be fully aware and acknowledge that these two, and you could even throw Jared Goff in there if you want maybe every 4th year instead of every other year, these two will have better years. They are both franchise guys. They're both worth paying significant amounts of money. They both have flaws. They both have strengths. They're both great quarterbacks. I think Dak is a little bit better right now. It's not by much, especially once you factor in the health. But I go with Dak, but there are legitimate arguments for both sides there, especially if the Eagles can actually get Wentz better weapons, which I find interesting was allowed for Wentz, not allowed for Dak back in 2017-18.
Dr. Lubo, appreciate the super chat, and I would appreciate a follow on Instagram. So if you want a shout-out on IG, give me a follow right now. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. I see Dame Time and the boy _IV408. We'll give a little bit more shout-outs a little bit later on. So if you want a shout-out, follow me on IG. It's at Mitchell Renz 365. Let's now go to the next super, which is coming in from King J, who has the best year out of the first-round wide receivers.
I don't think Ruggs is going to put up the numbers to be considered in that area. The Vikings are going to run the ball so much, plus Adam Thielen, so I won't go Justin Jefferson. I think Brandon Ayuk will be a little bit slow to develop, plus also a very run-heavy offense. Rager might get some volume, but I don't like him as much as the next two guys, Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb. Lamb's got more competition for targets, but I think by the end of the year, Lamb will have emerged as the best receiver. But across from week 1 to week 17 plus playoffs, I think I'd give the slight edge to Jeudy because I think his route running makes it easier for him to make an immediate impact. So for year 1, this first year, I'll go Jeudy just above CeeDee Lamb.
See, I'll go CeeDee Lamb because I think that offense is going to throw the football a little bit more than I think the Broncos will still. I still think they are going to try to run it. Henry Ruggs is probably the only rookie that is the number 1 wide receiver on their team. So for me, I'd go CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs, and then Jerry Jeudy. So appreciate the super there from King J. So let's go to the next question here. We got it from Rashard Lee. If Jamal Adams traded to Dallas, would he take hometown discount? I say no.
I don't think that, at least not a significant hometown discount. I know that there was a report speculation that maybe Adams would take a little bit less if he got to play in his hometown of Dallas. Okay, if he does, great. But it's not like you're going to be paying Adams instead of like around $15 million, $10 million.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it'd be much of a discount. I do think it's noteworthy, and I think that we haven't really mentioned this a whole lot. I do think that the reality is the Jets are not happy with the Cowboys because I'm pretty sure the Cowboys tampered at least a little bit with Jamal Adams. They're like, hey, you can come here if you want, buddy. And then all the trade offers came out of Dallas. All the leaks came from the Dallas side of it. I don't think the Jets appreciated that very much. So first and third maybe for the rest of the NFL, wonder if it's actually more for the Cowboys. I don't think the Jets and Joe Douglas are happy now
personally,
with the Cowboys.
I want Jamal Adams out of New York, and I'd be okay with him going to Dallas. So let's get a question up here on screen. Are you a man or are you a woman? Okay, so type M for man, type W for woman. We know we have a lot of different watchers here on the show. We are mainly a show for men, but we do like to see when women do watch the show as well. So Kevin Otto's a man. I got Liam M. Are there any W's in there? I'm looking heavily. I don't see any W's in there. Nope. Oh, I do see a W. Shelly.
Long-time watcher.
What's up, Shelly?
Yeah.
So, are you a man? Are you a woman? If you're a man trying to get a woman, I do have a little bit of a pro tip. You can go to manscaped.com/chat where you can save 20% off, where you can make your perfect package look a lot better thanks to the Lawnmower 3.0. Now, this thing's got no pull, no tug, rechargeable battery. You can use it in the shower because it's waterproof. The Safe Touch, and maybe my favorite thing about it, Tom, that you can't really see on screen, there's a little bit of a light. There's a light at the very, very edge of that razor. So, yeah, you guys can see it here up on the screen. When it kind of, you get down there in some of those dark areas.
It's a little tough to see.
It's a little tough to see. That light, it helps out a lot.
Now, that's because yours is small, right?
What is? I'm not on screen. You can't see it.
You know what's small, Mitch.
My IQ. No, if you guys want to go get this perfect package, if you want to go get the lawnmower, go to manscaped.com/chat. You're going to be able to save 20% off. Plus,
and it'll make yours look bigger.
Hey, every inch counts. That's what I've been told here. That's what I'm always trying to do here on today's show. Get extra likes, get extra shares, and get that extra inch. Thanks to Manscaped. They're helping me do all the above. So, shout out to Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com/chat. And again, save 20% off. It's in the description. It's in the comments section below. Also, 20%, okay? Or not 20%. Some of the sales, they do also go to ball cancer. All right, we got another question coming in here. Who is the best player in college football, if you had to guess, Tom, because we are going to dive into Todd McShay's big board.
In a little bit.
Who do you think is the best player in college football?
I think in terms of on-field impact that maybe isn't as seen from a production standpoint, I'm still going to go with Penei Sewell. Oregon offensive tackle.
Okay.
Had he been draft eligible, he would have been the first lineman taken. And it, frankly, wouldn't have been the same debate that we just had around those other big four offensive linemen.
So who's the best player in college football? I'm seeing a lot of Trevor Lawrence. I see a Jamar Chase. Like, I'm not going to argue with either of those players. And then I see a Justin Fields even. So, yeah, we're going to debate who's the best quarterback.
Jamar Chase and Lawrence are all great options there.
I mean, Jamar Chase, I think, would have been the best wide receiver to come out in this year's draft, personally.
I think you're right. And he's going to have a bit of a regression in the end in terms of like his production because Joe Burrow's not there. Don't overthink Jamar Chase. He is an awesome, awesome player. He's going to make a significant impact in the NFL. His production might dip. Don't freak out. We overestimate at times. Well, yeah, he was worse this year. Yeah, his quarterback's not going to be as good.
I see Allen says Walker Little. I get a Patrick Surtain from
that one.
Gary Sanderson. Jackson Dickinson says Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I know Trevor Lawrence is the fun player. However, I don't know if he is. We'll see what he can do. I hope that he's the best player, but he did at times scare me a little bit last year. Looks like we got a question coming in now from LGRW. Kevin, Byard is the best safety in the NFL. I think you mean Bert. Has 4 more interceptions than any other player the last 4 seasons.
Spelled correctly, by the way.
Yep.
I think he is in the discussion. He certainly is rangy. He's able to make plays on the football. He's a really strong athlete as well. Like, I like him. I think it was Deion Sanders who threw in who threw him some shade, and I think that kind of got him more in the national discussion there. So I like him. I think there's a lot of good players you can argue for. I still think Harrison Smith's in that discussion.
Yep.
I think Jamal Adams, a different type of safety, but Adams fits in that category as well. I think Minkah Fitzpatrick should be in there. I think Derwin James should be in there. So you can pick whatever flavor of ice cream you want, but yeah, I think Kevin should be in that discussion.
I'm going to put my money on Anthony Harris or Jamal Adams. I guess they're different kinds of safeties.
Harris is not in the discussion for me.
No?
Nope. He's not even the best safety on his team. That's Harrison Smith.
Boy. Ooh,
that is not a hot take.
I think
that's
that's
not
a hot
take. It's
All
not.
right, we got a super chat coming in here where it's from Vinny. What up, brother? Appreciate another super chat from you. I have Dak completing, so 77.2%. Oh, boy, throwing for 5,000 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 7 INTs.
I don't know what's more plausible, but if this is your expectation for Dak and Vinny, I appreciate you. I'll use this as an example to explain why our expectations are always out of whack. 77.2% isn't just a record for accuracy in terms of completion percentage in the NFL. It blows the previous record out of the water. It's currently 74.4. Drew Brees has 6 of the top 5. Only Sam Bradford. There are
6
only
of the top 5.
There's only 5 of the top 6. Great math there. There are only 15 quarterbacks who have 15 seasons, I should say, that have gone above 70%. Your expectation of 77.2 isn't a good idea. Because that, if you expect that, and that might seem normal, that's so far above what NFL players actually do, that if you're expecting that and Dak completes 67%, which you should feel great about, just so we're clear, you might say, oh, Dak wasn't as good as I thought, when in reality, 67%, awesome production. That's really, really good accuracy. So 77.2, it's simply not going to happen. Not from Dak Prescott, and frankly, maybe not ever, unless the NFL rules continue to really change. So that's just not a realistic goal. And 43-7, look, that is not just MVP year. That's unanimous MVP. I don't think that's a realistic expectation for, frankly, any quarterback out there in the NFL.